Hello and welcome back to the PES 2019 Master League with Cardiff City. So what is on the agenda for this episode? Well, I'll tell you the answer to that rhetorical question. It is, as you can see, the last day of the transfer window. So we will be trying to secure some last minute targets to try and strengthen positions that we desperately need to strengthen. And as well as that, we'll play a couple of games and the usual football based stuff that occurs in football. So looking at the calendar, you can see that it is of course the last day of the transfer window. Then there's a big old break to where we play Blackburn Rovers in the FA Cup first round, and then a game against Leicester City away. So we may... we'll play the FA Cup game against Blackburn, we may simulate the Leicester game and may finish against Brighton, or we may play the Leicester game and then simulate the Brighton game. Who knows? It's an agony of choice. But all of that stuff can wait because, of course, we have to get through transfer deadline day first. And we have received a couple of offers for some players we're trying to get rid of. Murphy, we can just get rid of you. It'll take 2 hours to process, that's fine. So as long as we just need the money in the bank. And the offer for Gary Medine is also going to be accepted. That's going to take another 2 hours, so we'll get these guys transferred first. And then we will see what time we have left too, and show you what other players I've added to the shortlist that can possibly help us out going forward. Another transfer offer, for this time for Anthony Pilkington for £2.1 million from Medellin. So yeah, we're just going to get rid of him. We're trying to gather up as much money as we can before we actually start to spend any, so as we know what we're dealing with. Although the only problem is this is wasting quite a bit of time, so we'll only be down to 9 hours to do any business. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So we have 9 hours of the transfer window left to go, and after all of the sales we have 15.7 million in the transfer budget and 2.1 million in the salary budget. Not looking too bad, it's just now we are against the clock. So let's have a look at the new players I've added to the shortlist and see who we can bring in this short time that we have left. So I feel like we need a left back, and Dalbert from Internazionale is on the loan list, so he is a possibility at 76 rated. We have Mubanje from Toulouse, who is also a left back, 75 rated, but we could possibly buy him outright. Giuseppe Rossi is a free transfer. We need options coming off the bench up front. We need some quality up front. Giuseppe Rossi, he's 31, but he could do a job. Quite injury prone though. But it could be worth taking a punt on. And Takumo Asano, who is another free agent, 72 rated on the right hand side. He's another instance of we need bodies, and he could be relatively cheap, so he may be an option. So we're looking at a loan fee for Dalbert here, 1.6 we could possibly get him for, 1.6 million, with a pretty high chance of signing him, so that's a possibility. But what? So 1.6 million to loan Dalbert. How much is it going to take to buy Mubanje? Significantly more, but he's going to cost significantly less on the salary. But of course, we won't be paying the salary. So I think Dalbert is the option to go for at left back. So we will go in for Dalbert. Look to pay significantly less than what they're asking for, the 1.6 million loan fee. And we'll just see what they have to say. It's going to take 2 hours, of course, so let's see how that goes. So it seems that Inter are willing to let Dalbert go out on loan to us for the year for a 1.6 million loan fee. That's absolutely fine. Dalbert, you're going to come to Cardiff City and you're going to be probably our starting left back for the season. Only 5 hours to go. The clock is a-ticking, as clocks tend to do. So looking at the squad, I think we have enough forwards, even though... So Ranson 77, Reed 76. So Reed coming off the bench will be our option coming off the bench. And Zahor and Ward. So I think we have enough forwards. So perhaps a winger is the way to go. So let's go in and see who we can get, possibly on loan, on a free, or whichever means necessary. So I think that means we won't be going for Giuseppe Rossi. We will instead, of course, be going for a winger, because we only have Josh Murphy and Kadeem Harris, and they're both left-sided players. So we want someone who can ideally play naturally on the right-hand side, and who is a little higher rated than both of those lads. So we're in for Takuma Asano again. We're looking to negotiate his contract, and he wants absolutely bugger all. So that suits me down to the ground. So we may even be able to bring him in along with someone else. But at the minute, we're going to look to bring in Asano to really bulk up our midfield options. Only 3 hours left to go, so if we are going to make a deal, we'll only have time to make one more deal and hope that it goes through without any further negotiations. But we are going to bring in Takuma Asano to play on that. Oh no, this will be our... Oh, so this will be our last signing because this is going to take 2 hours to process. It's going to take him 2 hours to sign a piece of paper, apparently. So this will be our last signing of the window. Oh... We don't really have enough time to go and look for someone else specifically, so Takuma Asano, you're going to come in, sir, and you're going to play for us. And just like that, the transfer window is over and done with. And here is our budget report to reflect August 2018. Pretty healthy transfer budget and a very healthy salary budget. Yeah, that's looking really good for January. We're going to be able to bring in some options in January, get rid of more dead wood, and better the team. That's not the word. That's terrible grammar. Improve. There's the word. The team exponentially. There we go. I can't use the word improve, but exponentially comes second nature. What a moron. So now that all that's out of the way, we will kick off with the first game of this episode in the FA Cup against Blackburn. A heavily rotated side. The team spirit's down to what? Down to 49? So there is the proof, just before I start, if we get beat and get put out, there is the proof that I'm not just terrible, even though I am. But there is the proof, 49 team spirit, good grief. We go with Neil Etheridge in goal with Conley, Manga, Cunningham, Richards, Patterson, Gunnarsson, Murphy, Asano, Ben Arfa and Bobby Reid, heavily rotated side. Against Blackburn Rovers team of Rhea, Downing, Mulgrew, Bell, Evans, Smallwood, Reid, Conway, Bennett, Palmer and Ben Brereton up front. Last year in the Master League, we did not bode well at all in the FA Cup. So are we going to do a lot better this year with Cardiff? There's only one way to find out, I suppose. Well, there's multiple ways, but this is the best way. This is probably the best way to find out. Just watch and see what happens. The FA Cup, that trophy that everyone pretends to care about, but doesn't really, unless they're in the final, then it's the biggest and most important thing in the world. Which is exactly how I will be treating it. If we do well, if we get a good cup run going, happy days. I will quite happy. There's Takuma Asano getting some airtime. Good lad with his rather bizarre hair. But anyway, yeah, if we go well in the cup, yeah, I'll treat it more seriously. But for now, it's just a chance to rotate the squad, give some lads a run out, and just to see what they can do. Not overly fussed on it, but we'll see what happens. As we kick off our FA Cup campaign against Blackburn, all I want is a good performance. Maybe that's not exactly what I wanted, giving the ball away right from the start. There we are, that'll do. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Patterson to Gunnarsson. Here's Ben Arfa. It's been taken out, we get a free kick. Is it for the earlier foul or is it for the Ben Arfa one? Hopefully it's for the Ben Arfa one, we might be able to get a shot away. Yes, ref, you chat to him. Smallwood. Come on now, you can make your own jokes about that. And his first name's Richie, so Dick Small... Oh, I don't need to spell it out. Oh, Jesus. You know what? Let's have a dig from here. Just to see what happens. Might get a corner out of it. Ben Arfa is going to hit it. Good bit of power on it. Wee bit of bend. It's on target. It's on target. That'll do. Here's Conway. Ball in behind looking for Brereton. Needs support. It's Conway. Cuts it back. And again Conway. And we get it away. That's the most exciting thing that's happened in this half so far, would you believe? In by Gunnarsson. Not a bad delivery. No one there as it's headed away. Asano's going to chase it. And that is going to do it for the end of the first half, which, oh my god, has been utterly appalling. And I can only apologise for what you've just seen. Palmer out wide now for Bennett. Looks to get it across, and he does, and Ben Brereton has scored for Blackburn with that infuriating glitch that's in this year's PES so far. I really hope they patch it because it's doing my head in. That low drill cross, they do it constantly and it's really, really bloody infuriating. But there's the ball in from Bennett and the goal from Ben Brereton. Hopefully now this game will pick up a little bit. Oh, ball forward. Good play by Blackburn. Etheridge comes out. Conway over the top. And Blackburn have scored 2 in quick succession. It's Craig Conway who has doubled Blackburn's lead in a matter of minutes. Nothing really I could do about that. They've absolutely split the defence. And Conway, there it is, it's a loose pass. Back by Brereton, forward by Palmer, no one there. Etheridge comes charging out and Conway with a very, very nice finish over the top. 2-0 down in the FA Cup to Blackburn. Not overly disheartened, but still a little bit pissed off that we're conceding 2 goals to Blackburn. Blackburn are in again here, it's Elliot Bennett. We've gone attacking, which may explain why this has gone so horribly wrong. Speaking of horribly wrong, that's Brereton's shot. But there again, you see the low cross. Every time they go forward, they look for that low cross. And it's really, I don't want to swear, but it's very, 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 very irritating. Free kick, quickly taken. Asano. He's got to wait. Sort of. Richards. Gets the ball in towards Bobby Reid! Oh, we've only gone and done it again! Another acrobatic effort, this time from Bobby Reid. What a way to get your first goal for the club. Vincent Janssen in the last episode with an overhead kick. And Bobby Reid does exactly the same. The ball in from Jazz Richards. More of a kind of bicycle sideways type jobby. But it looked good, so that's all that matters. And we are back in this game with our first real meaningful attack. Oh, it's a brilliant goal from Bobby Reid. Ben Arfa finds Patterson. Looks for the ball for Gunnarsson. Good ball. Gunnarsson just couldn't take it in his stride. Murphy. Cunningham. Has to dig out across, and he has. It's Bobby Reid! And it's over the bar. It's opened up, he's been taken down, and we do have a free kick. We have a chance now, and it's kicking off. It's Smallwood again, and he's finally been booked. About bloody time, ref. And we have no one good at free kicks. Brilliant. And I'm not good at them. So let's just see what happens. Zahor, a little bit on it, a little bit of bend. He's hit the bar! He's hit the bloody crossbar. Oh, that was closer than I thought. We still have it. Cunningham, Murphy. Can he keep it in? Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Oh, come on now. If we're going to do something, it has to be now. That's a free kick. We have another chance to just throw it into the box and just see what happens. It's Smallwood again. Get him off. Get him off. Not in that way. Get him sent off. It's a second yellow for Smallwood, and he is gone. Too little, too late perhaps, but he is gone. About bloody time and all. Yeah, I think that's deserved. Gunnarsson to deliver. And it's too close to Raya. And that is going to do it. Our FA Cup run is going to come to an end in the very first round as Raya kicks it out. Is there a chance for Blackburn to steal another one here? No, Kalimanga gets a touch on it. We're going to clear it, and that is going to be the last action of the game, and it indeed is. We are out of the FA Cup. Not overly fussed, but still kind of annoyed that we've. If it had been to a team like another Premier League team, fair enough. But Blackburn have knocked us out. Let's see the other results from the first round. Birmingham are through. Are there any real upsets? Not on that page, really. Not really. Everything kind of went as you would expect. So after the disappointment of the FA Cup game against Blackburn, it's back to the Premier League with the game against Leicester. With a team of Schmeichel, Morgan, Soyuncu, Fuchs, Seamus Coleman, alright, Ibora, Ndidi, Gray, Gazelle, Madison and Jamie Vardy. We have our usual lineup, the only difference being Dalbert comes in at left back, where he will probably stay for the rest of the season. We need a win, really. We haven't had a win in two games now. We lost against City, and we lost against Blackburn, and we drew against Newcastle. We haven't won so far this season, so now it would be a good time to start. Under the lights in Leicester, it's where everyone aspires to be, as we come out looking for our first win of the season, whether it be in the league or in cup competitions. It's a winnable game, not as probably as winnable as the one against Brighton, but I feel this one will be a better watch for everyone involved. There's Dalbert getting his debut. Can he help us on our way to a winning start in this league campaign? Leicester have seen bugger all of the ball so far. Dalbert. Hoylett. We need to make this dominance count so far. Now Dalbert, he's got space and time. Just to drill it low, pick out a cross, and it's a great save by Kasper Schmeichel to deny Vincent Janssen. See, CPU, we can do low crosses as well. And it comes in towards Hoylett, it's headed away. Dalbert there on the edge of the area. Here's Rawls, comes to Arter, who's looking to bend one in the far corner, and he's hit the post. He's hit the post. Schmeichel completely stranded. And we're unlucky, but we still have it. There's an elbow in there somewhere, ref. You might want to check that. Looks to lift it in. Great ball for Camarasa, who takes it down fantastically. Camarasa! And it's blocked again. Leicester are really under the cosh, whatever a cosh is. Does anyone know what a cosh is? Dispossessed by Ibora, and now Vardy has it. Madison, ball out wide for Gray, back inside for Vardy. There's Damari Gray, looking for Fuchs on the overlap. It's Christian Fuchs. Low cross. Imagine my surprise. Rawls. Now Arter, we look to break here. Not really much in the way of support. So he's just going to hit one! Oh, and he's going to score it! Harry Arter has scored an absolute banger! Well, I wasn't expecting that. It was a hit and hope. But Harry Arter gives us the lead. Look at the space he's afforded. Just runs away, hits it on the run, and Kasper Schmeichel, absolutely no chance. As it fizzes past him. He's taken that from inside his own half, Harry Arter. And he's just ran and ran. Ndidi, I think, is tracking him and then just runs away. Arter hits it on the run. No chance for Kasper Schmeichel. It's his first goal for Cardiff and we take the lead. Coming up to the end of this first half, have we got time for another attack? Here's Dalbert. Now Hoylett. Dalbert on the overlap. It's a terrible pass. But it's not been the story of this first half, as we have absolutely dominated Leicester and we deserve to have a lead through Harry Arter. Good stuff. Happy with that. Gazal. Finds Vardy. And it's Coleman. It's still not away. It's Madison with time to shoot. Good save. And he's hit the post. Words are difficult. How has he missed that? Gotta be a contender for miss of the season already. We get away with that. We really, really do. We don't deserve to be behind on the balance of play. But we are not even behind. Level. Whatever. You know what I mean. But we come forward. Here's Janssen in the wrong place. Can he get a ball in? He can't. It's headed away by Soyuncu. Here's Janssen. Not long to go now. Janssen does well to hold the ball up. Finds the substitute Patterson, who's been dispossessed. Into the last few minutes of the game now, into extra time. Can we just hold on? Smithies boots it upfield, and that will do it. Scrappy and mainly uneventful. But we get our first win of the season and our first Premier League victory with Harry Arter getting his first goal for his new club with an absolute thunderbolt. It's not pretty, but it's a win and we will take it when we can get him. So there we go, our first win of the season brings us up to 9th in the table on 4 points. Liverpool, Arsenal, City and Tottenham are your top 4. And Everton bottom with a single point, but it's still early yet, with Bournemouth and Brighton in the other 2 relegation spots. So we are going to simulate this game against Brighton. Now last year simulating bit me in the arse more than it helped me, so let's hope that's not the case this year as we take on Brighton. We skip the match, let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not a defeat, and it's a 3-1 defeat. Okay, let's not simulate games from now on, shall we? It's time to select our favourite player. We get to pick one of these every year. I don't know why they do it at the start of the season, not at the end of it, because that's kind of pointless. I don't really know who to pick, to be honest. I want to pick Vincent Janssen because he scored an absolute worldie. And it would be just good crack. To be honest, he's the only real standout performer we've had so far. I mean, Dalbert played very well in his debut. But and Camarasa, he's always pretty decent. But it's going to be Vincent Janssen, who we're going to pick as our favourite player. There's a sentence that no one ever thought they would ever say, ever. Not even his ma. And here we have the weird dystopian football statue type carry on as Vincent Janssen stands in an empty room, has a pose and stares at the camera. Blue steel all the way, Vincent. And I feel that is quite the note to end this episode on. Not the most exciting in terms of highlights and gameplay, but quite good in regards to getting our first win on the board. So who are we playing in the next episode? My Christ, it doesn't get any easier as we play Arsenal away from home. And then we have Crystal Palace and a big old break till we play another newly promoted side in Fulham. And then we have Wolves after that. So we'll probably play those 3 games against Arsenal, Arsenal, Crystal Palace and Fulham in the next episode. So that is it for this episode. If you did enjoy it, do hit that like button, do hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you're notified of when we make new videos such as this and any other football related tomfoolery. But until next time, thank you once again for watching and we will see you in the next one.